Fathers are the first heroes in their child's life. Heroes who can make their child into a champion. They are the ones who always stay behind the scenes so their child can become the main character of the story. This is the story of the man in our tale, David Villa. If someone asks you how likely it is for a child who broke their femur at the age of 4 to become a footballer, you would probably say 0%. The top scorer of Spain's national team faced this challenge, but there was one man who believed in him. After the incident with his son's right leg, David's father tried to strengthen his left leg. Villa himself mentioned in an interview, "My father was like a savior, and I can't recall a single training session without him by my side." When he reached 14, Villa was a teenager dreaming about his future. However, conflicts and disagreements with his coach almost led him to quit football. But once again, his father was his source of inspiration, motivating him to continue pursuing the game. By now, David was a 19-year-old who, after excelling in youth teams, had to carve his own path in life. When he scored his first goal for Sporting Gijón, few could have imagined such a bright future ahead of him. With an average of 1 goal every 2 games and a total of 40 goals for Sporting Gijón, Villa attracted the attention of big clubs. He then moved to Real Zaragoza, where he maintained the same impressive scoring rate. This outstanding performance convinced Valencia, the 2004 La Liga champions, to pay 13 million euros to sign the 24-year-old Villa. Now, Villa was part of the La Liga champions. However, despite his efforts that season, he couldn't help the team repeat their title success. Villa's individual brilliance with Valencia exceeded expectations. He scored 106 goals in 177 matches, attracting the attention of Barcelona. But Villa was not a player limited to club competitions, scoring 6 goals in Euro 2008 and winning both the championship and the top scorer title was an achievement he truly deserved. Additionally, David became the 7th player in European history to score a hat-trick in the Euros. However, during the 2010 World Cup, despite having the opportunity for a hat-trick, he missed a penalty and couldn't experience scoring 3 goals in a match. Villa, who always had his father by his side as a savior, now became Spain's savior. He scored a crucial goal against Sweden in the 92nd minute and converted the team's first penalty against Italy. However, luck wasn't on Villa's side this time. He got injured in the semi-final against Russia, forcing him to miss the final. Nonetheless, his teammates, including Torres, filled the void and led Spain to their second European championship after 44 years. This was the beginning of Spain's reign in European and world football, a golden generation, an iconic team with legendary players. After winning Euro 2008, everyone eagerly awaited Vicente del Bosque's team in the land of the rainbow. It was a unique World Cup, held amidst the defending sound of vuvuzelas. Spain barely managed to advance from the group stage, with Villa scoring 3 crucial goals. These goals allowed him to surpass the legendary Raúl González and become Spain's all-time top scorer in the World Cup history. David was a man for the decisive moments. When his team struggled against Paraguay and Portugal, he once again became their savior, scoring 2 more goals to lead Spain to the semi-finals. Spain defeated Germany and the Netherlands, securing their first ever World Cup title. Villa, alongside Müller, Sneijder, and Forlan, finished as the tournament's top scorer and earned a spot in the World Cup All-Star team. His dream summer was complete when he joined the strongest Barcelona side in history. Barcelona paid Valencia 14 million euros to bring Villa into their squad, handing him the iconic number 7 jersey. At Barcelona, everything went as expected. La Liga and Champions League titles for Pep Guardiola's formidable team, a side that struck fear into their opponents, including the legendary Scottish manager. In the Champions League final, Barça defeated Manchester United 3-1, with Villa scoring a beautiful goal. He controlled the ball like a futsal player and finished like a footballer. Sir Alex Ferguson later admitted, "This is the strongest team I have ever faced in my career." We must also recall one of the most historic El Clásicos in football history that took place this season. In that match, Barca scored 5 goals past Iker Casillas, with Piqué famously holding up his hand to signal the number 5. 2 of those goals belonged to Villa. March 25th, 2011 is a date that belongs to Villa. With his goal against the Czech Republic, he surpassed the legendary Raúl González to become Spain's all-time leading scorer. Villa continued to break records, and with a stunning free kick, he scored his 300th goal. While he enjoyed a great period between his 200th and 300th goals, things were not as smooth between his 300th to 400th goals. A severe injury forced him to miss Euro 2012, preventing him from joining his team in their title defense. He no longer shone at Barcelona like before and transferred to Atlético for just 12 million euros in the 2013 season. However, with a goal in the Supercopa, he reminded Barça fans that he was still alive. During his only season with Atlético, he scored 12 goals, making a significant contribution to their first league title since 1996. Madrid even reached the Champions League final and came close to winning. But then came Ramos time. We all know what happened next. When he moved to New York City Football Club, many talked about the end of this star's career, and they weren't entirely wrong. However, he managed to score his 400th professional goal, cementing his legacy in football history. His time at Melbourne City and playing alongside his former teammates under Iniesta and Vissel Kobe were all part of the final chapters of a man who, without his father, could have been lost to football forever. From inside the box to the penalty spot, Villa was in command. Villa had another area to conquer, the hearts of the fans. A lovable man with his ecstatic celebrations.